I am ready for our next guest, and my team is ready to have them join us. So share with us what you do to help dentists survive, thrive, and not cry, and who you are.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Justin Clements. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer for Ascend Dental Alliance, and we are a management as a service platform. So don't think of us as a DSO or a group of any sorts. We essentially help provide management services for private practice dentists on a flat rate basis. And so we kind of came to the conclusion of, hey, why can't private practice dentists get the same support that a DSO can get without having to give up equity? And so our thought was like, okay, if you can have software and pay monthly for it, why can't you have management services? And so we put this idea together, and it's taken off so far. And so, we take over things like operations. So think like training, onboarding, HR, so people. We're talking about recruiting, compliance, things of that sort. Then you're looking at finance and accounting, so bookkeeping, bill pay, all of that, and then strategy. So financial modeling, forecasting. We work a lot with dentists that are looking to add on more practices and help them. How do they scale their systems? How do they do it without losing their mind?
Yeah.
And we work with dentists that just honestly have a bunch of different goals. Like it may be a husband-wife duo where it's like wife is the office manager, husband's is the dentist, and they want more family time. So it's like, hey, how do we do this? And so what we try to do is offer kind of this full suite of services for a flat monthly rate without taking any equity at all, on an entirely different model than kind of what's out there right now.
I love this description. I love that you are out there offering a sanity preserver, right? Because I believe your tagline, no one's hiring me for marketing, but I'm here to give out taglines like I did to Ryan, should be, we'll handle the outside the operatory stress for you. Because I was at my dental practice on Tuesday, and we had plenty of inside the operatory stress with our crowns fitting and patients being frustrated. And then if you're the practice owner, you have to put another hat on when you walk outside that operatory and do HR, do operations, do ordering, figure these things out. And it's really a true bandwidth issue. Where you see these dentists struggling the most? I mean, just if we can sort of illustrate this for our community, are they having problems doing the clinical dentistry or having problems staying sane with all the things outside their operatory?
So it's definitely the latter. And I think when it comes down to it, really, it's kind of this leadership piece of how can I be the best leader that I can possibly be to my team and not let them down. But they're so tied up in the clinical realm of it that it doesn't give them time to kind of step back and look big picture and spend that time with the team and understand like, hey, one thing we always do is we look at mission, vision, values. We set that up with every single practice because we need alignment across the entire board, right? And so it's definitely outside of the chair where a lot of the stress is occurring. And everybody's stress is a little bit different, right? A lot of people are in the recruiting stress mode right now, right? Trying to find staff members. Other people operationally, like they're stuck. They don't know what to do. And they don't know what they don't know. And so I think what it allows us to do is really be collaborative partners. Like, again, like everything for us is a partnership. We don't want to be seen as a vendor, but partners in this relationship. And so that's how we take on every practice that we work with. And, it creates a lot of great synergy between the two. A lot of beneficial synergy. We kind of learn both ways. So it's an awesome time.
I love that. People can text Ascend to 215-543-6454 to work with our awesome sponsor. I have a few more just things to go over. I mean, Jim Gaffigan, one of my favorite comedians, says that when you have a fourth baby, nobody congratulates you. Having a fourth baby is like drowning in the ocean and someone throwing you a baby, right? And that's his joke. Tell us about multi-practice ownership. Do you feel, I know I don't do any skiing. I don't know if that's surprising to people on this call, but people say I get over my skis, right? Have you seen dentists with enthusiasm purchase more than one practice without really any treatment plan in place for how to do that?
There's a ton of it. And whether it's in the current life or the past life, our background, we come from the DSO world. And so we've seen what to do and really what not to do. And so we see it all the time to where there's ideas and passion to grow and add on several practices. However, you really have to lay the foundational framework on what success looks like. And I think the common mistake is when practice owners go and say, hey, they want to jump from 1 to 2 or 3 practices, I don't think they realize a lot of the times how much extra time is that going to take from them, which ultimately takes chair time, which ultimately takes more money out of their pocket. And so we really, I talked to somebody in the group actually yesterday about this, is looking to expand into 2 or 3 offices. And there's just a lot of questions on, what do you do? What do you look for? What are the unknowns? And so, given our experience, we like to share those and say, hey, this is one thing that I would pay attention to, and get right from the get go. But yeah, no, it happens all the time. It happens in the DSO world, right? All the time as well. And so we're here to help those dentists not make
Yeah.
those mistakes.
Your other line
Uh,
could be scale with sanity, right? I think people think scale, sanity can trump profitability in a second, because if you can't stay sane, you can't go into work each day. And it can just be mind boggling the amount of stress that a leader has to deal with. So I'm thrilled to have you guys as sponsors. Hope to get to see you in person. Justin, people can text to send to 215-543-6454. And can they just do a simple consult call with you, a Zoom
Yeah,
call?
we start with a discovery call. It's a 15 to 30-minute call, and I'll be honest, they usually go for an hour because people just like to talk with
Yeah.
us, and we get to
You're
know
the
one
captive
another. That's
audience. It's like us as dentists. People are telling me their sister hates them, and I go, I'm just your dentist, but I'm a
it.
captive audience. So you're the captive audience for us. So I like that.
It's a fun conversation, right? And so yeah, it definitely is a discovery call, and we have fun from there.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for supporting the group. Can't wait to high five in person. Appreciate you being here.
Right on. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
So as you guys can see in this fun Talking Nachos TV show, you are learning so many things about increasing success, preserving your sanity, decreasing stress.